People. Que pasa, suck, say what they do. Now the first thing that is popping in the news is an update about an incident that occurred at a place called Markville Terrace Total Gas Station that is at the intersection of Mullines Road and Red Hills Road, Hillfoot to be specific. Now people, on the 20th of November 2021, there was an incident in which two persons lost their life. Two people in a white car was blazed up by some people in a white car, and therefore they basically lost their life on the spot. Fast forward less than 48 hours ago, it is said that at that gas station, a man who is a worker and employee of a car wash that is on that same property, he was doing his job, he was working, when two men approached on foot. There was some sort of discussion, there was some sort of verbal altercation. It is said that one of those two men blazed him up and went back in the direction in which they were coming from. Now people, based on the information, it is said that this person is supposed to be the ex-boyfriend of artist, if you want to call her artist, Amari, Gollibop's ex-girlfriend. Now people, based on the information, it is said that there is no sort of motive for why this youth lost his life. However, he is from that era. So people, we can come to the logical conclusion that there might have been some issue in the past, and this issue was solved on that said day in which this man lost his life. Based on what the Popo is saying, there is no sort of link to the incident that occurred on the 20th of November, which is less than 2 weeks ago, a week and odd ago. So therefore they are saying that that incident, the motive behind it, is some sort of gang feud with some sort of people from St. Catherine, Portmore to be specific. So people, at the end of the day, we see that this place, it's solved. Two incidents in less than 2 short weeks. And people, these are the incidents that were buzzing in a one place. So therefore, we see that this place is getting a whole lot of negative publicity. And we see that more than likely that place basically needs to shut down, or more than likely that place is going to lose a whole bunch of business, because whenever incidents like these that are buzzing all over social media, in the news and in a real life, talks about one specific place back to back, it is never good press. So people, at the end of the day, our next youth, 3 persons in a less than 2 weeks, point blank and period. Now before I move to the next part of my video, please subscribe to my next channel. It is called Jamaica Dancehall Source, and I'll be pinning the link to that channel in the description of this video. And also, please subscribe to this channel, and when you subscribe, please press the notification bell or icon, and also press all in the option. Now people, the next thing that is popping in the news is that we see that these criminals, they are getting more brazen. These criminals, they are getting more barefaced. These criminals, they are getting more barbaric. They are getting more brutal. However, it seems as if they are also getting dumber and dumberer. And I am speaking specifically about an incident that occurred in Portmore, where it is said that an establishment was robbed by 2 men. However, they also had a little child. Now people, I don't know the age of that child. However, if that child was preteen, they would have said that a preteen. However people, it seems as if they thought that it was a bright idea to rob this establishment in the presence of their child. Now people, I don't know which of the 2 suspects was the mother or the guardian or the father of this person, this little baby. However, the baby was present. Based on the information from the Popo, it is said that the Popo phone rang and there was a robbery reported. The description of the car, the name of the vehicle, the color, everything was given. It is said that they had 2 occupants and a child seat with a little baby. However people, when the Popo did a follow-up and they intercepted the vehicle, when them jack up the people and searched the vehicle, they realized that not only did it have 2 adult occupants, it also had a child, a little baby. It is said that they searched the vehicle, they found a Glock, and when they took out the magazine, the Glock magazine had 19 rounds. So obviously, we see that these persons are not no type of broke robbers. Them actually have con, which is not what we can say about a lot of these robbers that we see. So therefore, they were equipped. However, the question that I have to ask is this. Isn't there a thing that is called a babysitter? Isn't there a thing that is called granny? Isn't there a thing that is called a guardian, wherein you could have, or they could have, not you could have, they could have left this child at the guardian, at the babysitter somewhere, pay them a couple of bucks, and then went out and did what they had to do. So people, me just say, these robbers nowadays, they are very spontaneous. Whenever them get the call and somebody say, you know, say XYZ amount of cash is at XYZ, we need to move now, we need to move immediately. They are not going to ask the question, I have my little baby, I have my little youth with me, what should I do? Can we drop him off at mama's house or grandma's house? No, people, we have to proceed immediately. If we have to take the baby, so be it. Whatever happen, anything or anything. And people, in this case, like me say, these persons, they were nabbed. 2 big people and a baby in a car coming from some sort of robbery. People, it shows you the way that Jamaica is right now. It shows you that these youths, they don't have any sorts of sense. They don't have any sorts of robbery scruples. They don't have any sorts of morals of robbing or any sorts of etiquette as it pertains to robbery. Point blank and period. Now the next thing that is popping in the news is that we see that dancehall artist Vybz Kartel, his lawyer did an interview the other day with Fox 5 in New York, which is a big channel, one of the biggest channel in one of the biggest markets in all of United States. So therefore, you know that it is going to get millions of viewership. Now in this interview that he did, he was asked what is the situation as it pertains to his clients. The lawyer's name Isaac Buchanan, Vybz Kartel being the client, like I said. They are doing an appeal with the UK Privy Council. Now in this interview, he was asked, what are Vybz Kartel chances of beating this on appeal? And he raised a point and he said that based on testimony by an expert, cyber expert that has to do with phone, and said that the location of the phone, which was said to have taken place in the court at one place, it is conflicting. So therefore, whatever was said in courts conflicts the finding of the experts, who is an expert on phone. Now people, in law there is hearsay, in trial there is hearsay, and then an expert. The testimony of an expert weighs a whole lot with jury that have any sorts of common sense. So therefore I say this to say that if this was one of the important evidence that was used at the trial to get a conviction, if it weighed heavily, I am not saying that if it is insignificant, because I have to make myself clear, because a lot of persons don't understand that I am an independent blogger that speaks about everything and gives his opinion. So I say this to say that based on what the lawyer is saying, and people, this is my disclaimer once again. A lawyer represents his clients. He is paid, whether it is handsomely or him just get a little bit of money. His job, his major job, is to represent his clients and say stuff that is beneficial to his client. So therefore, he is not going to speak about something that is detrimental to his client, chances of winning an appeal. However, when he makes a point and says that an expert in the field went to court, and the expert said that there was a whole lot of tampering, and we all know that the phone is one of the major evidence as to the whereabouts of Vybz Kartel, meaning the person that is ahead of this conspiracy in which Mr. Lizard lost his life. So therefore, if this is a part or a major part of the evidence in which the prosecution used to get a conviction, and then this is conflicting at the Privy Council, it could weigh heavily in the favor of Vybz Kartel. And people, I said could. I am not determining what is going to happen. I am no prophet. I am only giving my opinion. However, people, the truth and the fact is that there were also other damning evidence, other damning allegations. Don't know which one weighs more. I am not an expert in the court. So people, me just tell you what was said in the interview when the lawyer was asked about the specific evidence. That is the point that he basically played on. That is the point that he was trying to make. that there was an expert, some sort of meeting was held, and when the expert looked at the phone records and he determined that, listen, this phone was not where these people said the phone was, so therefore the phone was somewhere else. Now people, whatever the Privy Council is going to think, whatever they are going to weigh, is this going to be a part that they would determine that basically it is conflicting, it is a problem, it is going to be problematic for the prosecution. People, only time will tell. However, people, I am just letting you know exactly what was said and what the lawyer had to say in the interview, the latest interview, as it pertains to Vybz Kartel and Vybz Kartel's case. Point blank and period. So anyways, people, that is my views on the whole thing as it pertains to that. And like me say, it is just my views and opinion. It is not the gospel. Your views and opinion can be respectfully different from mine. But let me know what you think in the comment section. Bless up.